Hello everybody, how are you all? It has been a whole month. Have you missed me? I missed you. I missed you a lot. So we're here to do another craft. Yay! I hope that you guys had a good month preparing yourself for the next season, which is fall. It's not here yet though, so it's okay. It's still summer. But we're getting ready to do another craft and it's gonna be a fun one. I know I say that every time. Okay, because it's true, right? Yes, okay, let's do this. Today, for this craft, we're making a kaleidoscope. Has anybody used a kaleidoscope before? Have you ever played with one before? Like one from the store? Yes, so you know what I'm talking about. Well, this time you get to make one. Isn't that exciting? Actually, I'm going to give you 2 ways that you can make one. Well, 2 ways that you can make 2, right? So let's get started. We're going to be using a cardboard tube or a toilet paper roll. We're gonna make the first one. I'm going to show you how to make the first one. That's what we're going to do. Put that aside. So we don't need that yet. All right. So in order to make this one, I'll tell you, these are the things that we need. Okay, you need your tube, which will be in your kit. You'll need some scissors. You actually will need something, you might need something to draw or write with, okay? A ruler could be handy. You don't necessarily need it, but it could come in handy. I am going to use this cool, fun washi tape. You can use whatever you'd like. I'm just using it for decorating. So if you have some, you can use it. If you have stickers, markers, crayons, paint, even if you want to use paint, you can use that. There are going to be some beads in your kit, so if there's little ones in the house, be really careful because these are super tiny. We don't want the little ones getting these and putting them in their mouths or their noses. No, thank you. Okay, so you need that. You'll also have this really cool, shiny piece of thick cardboard foil paper in your kit. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. So whoever watches this video, you're going to know a secret. Miss Jackie and I, we have a hard time throwing things away. So we save a lot of things. We do this because we can use a lot of things for crafts. One of the things that we save are these pieces of paper. Now, this is actually a leftover piece of paper that we used when we were laminating stuff. But whatever we were laminating, it didn't cover this part. So this is all extra. So we cut it off and we saved it. I know, weird. Most people would have recycled it. We saved it. Why? Because we thought, we could probably use this for something. And guess what? We can use it today. So that's one little secret you guys just learned if you're watching this video. So you're gonna have a piece of this in your kit too. It might not be this exact size because all the sizes are gonna be different because, well, they're recycled. Okay, there we go. Oh, yes, a hot glue gun. If you're using a hot glue gun, what's the biggest rule? Yes, have a big person with you. Have a big person supervising and or doing it for you. Okay, let's get started. First thing you want to do is decorate your roll. So pick your whatever you're doing to decorate it with, and it doesn't matter, honestly. If you decide to use paint, that is okay. The only thing I'm going to say if you use paint is you'll have to wait for it to dry before you move on to the next steps, okay? You do not want to be messing with a wet paper towel roll. Not wet paper towel. I mean, I guess you can mess with a wet paper towel. I don't know how far it will get you, but I don't know. A wet paper towel roll, it's just gonna get soggy. A painted one, it's just gonna color you. Do you remember our summer reading program, what it was last year, but not this year that just passed, but last year? Do you remember what it was? I only asked because I had just mentioned coloring, so color your world. Hey, for those of you that remembered, thumbs up. Nice job. Very, very impressive. All right, so a little bit of decorating. I don't even this is actually, it's hard to decide. There's some cool rolls of stuff here. So, all right, I'm gonna use this. Okay, a little bit of decorating your roll. We'll go this way. Oops, there we go. There we go. And if you don't even want to decorate it, you actually don't have to. If you want to just leave it brown, there's no law against that, everybody. You could even just use like construction paper and just cover it in construction paper. So you don't even have to go through the tape and coloring and all that. And there we go. I'm just gonna leave it like that, okay? All right, first step, complete. Woohoo! Let's move on to the next step. The next step is we want to cut our clear film paper here. We want 2 circles of this, okay? The plan for these are, one is gonna have to fit inside our tube, and one is gonna have to fit right on top of it. This is where I said, if you need something to draw with. I'm going to use these markers because it's all I brought, but permanent or even a pen might work on these, but permanent probably would have been the best. I'm just gonna draw an outline here so that I know how big the circle should be. There we go. Put my marker away. And I can just kind of fold this in half and cut 2 now. Isn't that amazing? You can cut 2 things at one time. You guys knew that trick though, right? Come on. All right, so we're gonna take our scissors and cut our circles. Remember, I said we need 2. All right, almost. And I think if they're not perfect, it's also not a big deal. All right, I have 2 circles cut. I am just gonna make sure that one will fit inside, and it actually will not, so I'm gonna make one a little bit smaller. Not a lot smaller, because I want it to fit securely in there, tight, you know? But small enough that it will actually fit. I'm trying to fit it like right on inside, like that. Okay, this one's good. Now, this is gonna be a little tricky. We wanna put it in there about 1/4 of the way down. So right about, see, right about here, maybe right about where my first piece of tape is, maybe even halfway through it, okay? That's where I wanna get that piece, this piece, inside there. All right, yeah, this is gonna be tricky, everybody. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue right about where I want it to be. Then it might stop it so it doesn't go all the way down. Hey, hot glue, it's not coming out. There we go, got it, okay. So then that way it kind of stops it's almost like a holder. It's like a shelf. I'm almost using the hot glue right now just to make a shelf for it to catch on as I put it in. So I got my hot glue on there. It doesn't even matter if it dries before I put it in because I just want it, see? I just kind of made a shelf. Now I'm gonna stick this in there. Try to anyway. And I wonder if yeah. Oh. Yes, this will be the trickiest part, everybody. So best of luck. There we go, I got it. Yay. So then you wanna just hot glue it now, see? Can you see? It's in there. So now I wanna hot glue it in there so now it's secure. So now I have it set in there, but I want it to stay set in there and I want it to be secure. So I am going to glue it to secure it, to hold it on tight. That's the plan. Remember, big person should help with the gluing, okay? Because these glue guns can burn you. They're not, yeah, the glue gun can, the glue can. Okay, I got that in there. Perfect. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Good thing about hot glue, it dries fast. It dries super fast, doesn't it? Isn't that great? I got marker all on my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside for just a second. All right, looking good. So this is where the beads come in. Now you get to take your beads. I have hot glue on my chin and it's tickling me. Okay, you get to take the beads, and if you want certain colors, totally fine. If you don't want certain colors, again, totally fine. you can just put the beads in here randomly, or you can take them, use parchment paper and iron them. I don't know if you've ever used these kind of beads, but if you put them on a piece of parchment paper in a design and then kind of hold the iron on there for just a few seconds, it kind of fuses them together. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to randomly put some beads in there. I'm not even picking colors. I'm not choosy. You shouldn't need a whole bunch. So I have just like a little handful here. I am just going to drop them right into here so that basically it just kind of covers the top of my my film that I put in there. Then I'm going to take my other piece of film and I am going to glue it to the top to hold them in. Oh, if I don't tip it over. Wow, good thing I was working at this table and it caught everything. Okay, so I'm going to collect my beads again, put them back in there. There we go. And try this again. All right, so I'm going to hot glue the other piece onto the top here. Remember to have your grown-up helping you with the glue, please. Right, so what's that? That's just gonna hold your beads inside there. Now remember, if you decide to fuse them together like I was talking about, make sure that you're measuring to make sure it's the size of the circle. No bigger than the circle, I should put it that way. Because if it's bigger than the circle, it's not going to fuse into there very well. And then it won't fit. That kind of defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got this, I think, secured on here pretty tight, or glued in here pretty good. Yes, yes I do. All right, okay, there we go. So what I did was, just like I told you, glued the top on, so they can't fall out. All right. That's it for this so far. Now we're going to work on this, the foil. This is where the foil piece comes in. The foil piece. We need to measure, let me make sure this, oh, still a little wet. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to it instead of putting it down. I want to measure how far down I need to, how big, how long I need to make that. So I'm going to measure it. I'm going to use my ruler. It's going to go down and it's going to touch the piece that is inside here. That's going to tell me how long I need this, okay? Oop, there we go. I needed about a little past 2.5, so about 2 3/4. So I needed about 2 3/4 inches long. There we go. That's how I know how long to cut my piece. You can use a marker, you can just cut it, whatever you think. I better use a marker. I'm going to actually use the marker on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this so that I know it's about 2 3. There we go. Mark it all the way across. There we go. So I can make a straight cut. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to cut that piece all the way across. So I just kind of put a few marks. Now I'm going to cut it. If you have a paper cutter, you could always cut it that way too. Be a nice straight cut. Unlike my not straight cut, even though I put those lines. That's okay. All right, so I know that it's going to be that tall. This is the length, or height, sorry, height. Now length, we're going to be turning this into a triangle. Now if I just turn it into a triangle right now like this, that's way too big. You know how I know it's too big? Because this fits, ooh, the glue is still sticky. Okay. Because this fits inside this. I want this to fit inside this. I'm going to have to do more measuring. So this is how I'm going to measure without the ruler. I'm going to show you. I want to take this and measure it up against how wide the circle is. And then I know how wide I need to make each piece. Can you see that? So I know right there, that's how wide I need one to be, right where my finger is. So I need that to be 1. Then I'm going to take it again Here we go. Oh, don't roll away. I'm gonna take it again, and I am going to put it at that line. See that? And I'm gonna measure it again and put it line right there. Okay. And I'm gonna do that one more time because a triangle is 3 pieces long, or 3 pieces, 3 sides, right? There's 3 sides to a triangle. So I'm gonna line it up with that line, and I know another line goes here. So there we go. This last line that I drew is where I wanna cut my piece. Right there. That's as wide as my piece should be. Okay. Now we want to take this and fold it into a triangle. Very even triangle if we can. There we go. Okay. So triangle. 1. So can you kind of see what I just did? I just folded it so it's in a triangle. Now I'm going to take my tape now, and I'm going to tape it so it stays together. Well, the only tape I brought with me was this, so this tape wins. Let me unhook it. Here we go. All right. So now we're just going to take it and just secure it into its triangle. Easy peasy. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Okay, it's all secured. There's a little bit of extra. I'm gonna cut that off. There we go. Okay, now I have my triangle. Now I want to slip this right into this. It should fit if you measured it really well. Should fit very secure. See? Oh, it just fits right in there. Just keep pushing it. All right, there we go. Did it. So I measured it, it fit right in there, see? Now I have a kaleidoscope. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna look in this end that I just put that in there, and you can do this. You twist it. Oh, it's so cool. This is really neat. This was one way to make the kaleidoscope, everybody. Very cool. The other way, I'm gonna not show you everything. I'm just gonna show you a couple of things because I just took a long time showing you how to do this one. This one's already made, so I'm just gonna show you really quick. The other one, you're gonna have this piece of paper that has some circle templates on it, okay? You're gonna take these circles. You can decorate them first or you can cut them out first. Doesn't really matter. You're gonna take these circles, you're gonna use your markers or your crayons or your colored pencils, whatever you're using, and you're just gonna draw random designs or letters or whatever you wanna draw on each separate circle, okay? If you wanna just use one circle, then just use one. If you wanna use all of them, use all of them. You can switch out your designs then, okay? When you're done with that, go ahead and take something sharp with an adult supervision, whether it be the tip of scissors with adult supervision or the tip of a pencil with adult supervision, and just poke a hole right in the center of your circle, of each circle, okay? Then just put that aside for a minute. You are going to have, well, I didn't bring a plain one, so I'm just gonna show you the finished one and explain a little bit, okay? I already explained to you how you can measure how to get this piece on the inside. It's the same thing with this one. So there you go. This is the other one, okay? It's the same concept of putting the piece inside here, okay? Same concept decorating the outside. The difference of this one is we didn't use hot glue and we didn't use beads. On this one, we're using a simple straw and a simple paper with designs, and this is what you're gonna look through. So after you've done all your decorating, you're gonna tape that straw onto the end. You're gonna end up putting your paper on the straw so that you can see the picture through the tube, okay? Then you're gonna look through this end and you can just twist this paper, turn it inside your tube. Oh my goodness, it's like a rainbow inside here. It's so cool. I don't know if you'd be able to see, actually. Let's find out. You can kind of see. Do you see how cool that looks? Yeah, that's what this one is, okay, everybody? So this one is super fun. You're gonna have enough materials to make both of these if you would like to, or you can just make one. You guys have fun making these because they're so fun to make, okay? And what is Miss Penny's most famous saying at the end of a video? Make sure you clean up. Yes, please clean up. Cleanup should be pretty easy. You just have to turn off the hot glue gun, let it cool off, put it away, throw away your scraps or recycle them, put away tape. If you didn't use some beads, put them somewhere safe. Yeah, simple cleanup, easy peasy, everybody. And then you can enjoy your kaleidoscopes. So have fun, and I will see you for the next craft. Goodbye.